Okay, we are just about ready. So welcome back to the Hitbox CS Arena Showdown number 1. Basically a smaller version of the Hitbox Championship that we had a few weeks ago. My name's Jono and I'm joined by the lovely Metas, and we're just about to get ready for ESG, the winner of the first game, versus Buggit, the winner of the second game. And it's a single elimination, so whoever loses this is out. This is a semi-final, and of course there are going to be more games tomorrow to determine who the winner of this plays for a chance to win €750. So Metas, are you excited about this one?
Oh yeah, man. Especially after we've seen both their previous performances. This is going to be a cracker of a game. Best of 3, as you said, and it's too difficult for me to call. I think we both agreement that this game could go either way.
I think it's going to be one of those classic Swedish mixed lineups against each other. Mad fragging, crazy individual skill. I really think this could go like 16-14. We say this every time though, because we want to. But we're biased because we want it to go to the limit. But I genuinely think this one could. Just so everybody's clear, it's going to be DE Mirage. D does 2, and Metas, guess what? Map number 3, DE Cobblestone, if it's needed.
Oh dear, that's
okay.
Yeah, that would be an interesting third map. I'm not going to lie, and I would say that from that first map performance that we casted on, that ESG looked pretty solid on that. To be fair, I'm not sure how they'll fare against their Swedish counterparts though, as I think that we're live into the knife round. So this is going to elect which side will be which. Mirage first map. Been a while since I casted this, honestly, Jono. It's probably my favourite map right now in the pool though to play personally.
Is it?
Yeah, I love this one.
I've had a bad run on it. I keep losing games. They're playing in the bottom. This is getting ridiculous. Yeah, well, it's a CT favourite map, by the way, guys. Very, very even. It's probably the most even map in the whole pool. So you'd elect to start CT commonly. There you go, Makalele's going to say CT. We're going to switch on over. Expect to see a scoreline on average of 8-7. It's that even. Okay, so we're about to get into it. We are actually into it. So, once again, this is the CS Hitbox Showdown, and I'm joined by Metas. My name is Jono. This is the first round of the best of 3 series that will surely promise to be exciting at the very least. And we have ESG starting on the CT side. I'm going to have to get my head around the 2 teams and names because I've seen these players mixed together a lot. But Pyth is going to open things up. That's a great start for Buggit now. They're going to push down mid with 3 players. A classic A split coming out, and they're going to be splitting from 8 apps, and that's worked like a treat. Twist catches Delpan completely unaware, and the bomb will get planted, and most likely the terrorist will pick up the first round unless Makalele's got something to say about it. Gets 2, but just like that, they are shut down once again with Pipe and Kebab chiming in with kills. Shooten's actually going to get 1 back. Excuse me. So it's 2 versus 1 now. Shooten has got very good health. And a USP in hand, that's a 1-click headshot gun at close range with no armor. Berg and Pyth, the 2 remaining players. Pyth, by the way, famously very, very good with pistols. So he's got to be slightly wary. He's shooting just for no reason there. And Berg is just going to hide around the container, let him come round, pick him off. First round going in the way of the terrorist side of Buggit.
Yeah, pretty blistering start there for Buggit, and some people asking in chat why Schneider isn't playing. He had internet issues, so Modi is stepping in his place. So let's see how that one pays off then, because Schneider, if memory serves me correctly, he was on 25 and 10, I think, in that map.
He was playing lights out, yeah.
Yeah, he was playing incredibly well. So let's see how Modi, if he can fill those shoes. They're certainly big shoes to fill. Here we go. It is going to be an A push right now from the terrorists. Smokes, flashes, grenades, everything being thrown out. And CT's trying their best to dig in deep, trying to get into some foxholes and try and repel this onslaught. There's Pyth though, gets the first kill. Make right back there though, with a nice kill of his own. Gets 2 in fact, before Emilio falls down. And actually the teams are going blow for blow right now in this eco round. This is pretty nice work, I've got to say, from the CTs. It's now a 1v2 situation. Shooten has been found out and he will be taken out. But that was not a bad eco round whatsoever.
Not bad at all. Great work, particularly from Makalele. He was just so calm and composed. He had a guy with an AK shooting at him, and he was just one-tapping, aiming for the head, and he got 2. So really well played from them. And that's going to give them a little bit more cash. So of course they're going to eco again. A CT, you need a lot of money to buy, and you've got to build up a bank. So they're going to save again, but it's definitely not going to hurt them. Sorry, getting all these kills and coming so close to the rounds. It's going to shake the confidence of the terrorist side. And here comes an aggressive push down middle, not quite working out. Twist, Moddy, and Berg. There you go, anchor bomb. Good team effort. Everybody getting a kill. Team ace. And a great round from them, 3-0. So that was a bit more convincing. But here comes the real deal. Both teams will have guns, and this is going to give us a better preview of what we can expect in this half.
Yeah, this is the moment when they really have to step up to the plate. Double AWP, as we saw on Cobblestone as well from ESG. So let's see how this one pays off for them. Mekaleli is going to be running one with Delpan. Both of them played very well in that first map. Here we go. Flash is coming over. Shooting's been found out. Doesn't get punished, though. Just gets tagged down to 26 HP. So he's on 74 right now. But he is keeping his options open by constantly just peeking and poking out at short. There's two players down. There's going to be Twist and Berg. Twist falls down, though. He is going to get AWPed out from Delpan. Moddy just beforehand did secure himself his second kill of this map so far. So again, just going blow for blow. This is what we're expecting. A very close, tense kind of matchup. If the terrorists do go on to win this map, this round, I should say, it's going to be pretty dire straits for the economy of the CT to that double AWP pickup. So this is a pretty huge round, I got to say, Jono, for both sides.
In terms of the early game, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's not like game over straight away, but 4-0 straight away and an eco would probably put it 5-0, so that would be a brilliant start. And Pyth is going to take down Rogue with barely any resistance, so he drops. He was pretty much the last line of defence, apart from Delpan in CT, who is doing good work. He's got one. 3 plays 3 now. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. No, sorry, that was Makaleli. I was going to say, that must have been incredible reactions. And just like that, Moddy, last man remaining. So, you called it. Crucial round, probably converted. If Shooting can just kill Moddy. Moddy's actually got the bomb down, so that's very good work in terms of economy. Something that we're banging on about, but for those of you that are not really that familiar with the game, it is a really large part of it. Money is really important, and managing money. But here comes the possible clutch. No, Makaleli is going to shut him down. So Moddy, the step in, manages to get one, but that's all he will do. And 2 members left alive. Look at that, the 2 AWPers. Not a terrible round from the CTs, and it's going to put the first round on the board for them.
Yeah, and the 2 AWPers getting all the frags between them. Delpan with 3, and Makaleli, also known as XM, with 2. So I keep them going round into the next round here, which will be 5. But on the flip side, because the terrorists won the first 3, they are able to buy back up again, albeit with a bit of a blow to the bank that they have in their back pocket. And as you said, Jono, yeah, economy plays such a vital role in CSGO. It's one of the main determining differences between this FPS and a lot of other ones. That economy and managing your money situation is so important. It really does elevate this to a whole new level in terms of a competitive FPS. And right now you can see they're trying to make these newly acquired guns work, but Berg's going to get picked up first from Delpan again. These 2 are just unbelievable. 10 kills between the 2 of them, and they're looking to pick up this round as well. And playing quite slow, I've got to say, with these double AWPs, as you'd expect.
So I gasped again, I'm sorry. It's a terrible habit, but a lovely flick shot. And yeah, slow, tentative play. To give a bit of background, for those of you, I've said it a few times, this is a mixed team on the terrorist team. 3 members have now formed a team called Flipside, Moddy, Twist and Pyth, all with F3 in the name. They've just formed a team called Flipside, but categorically you can call this a mixed team. So they're not going to be well prepared, they're not going to have strategy, so expect a kind of tentative, feely, mixed style terrorist side. So I'm not surprised they're kind of taking their time splitting and picking. That's what you'd expect to see. A good kill from Twist is going to take down a really crucial member, which is Delpan, bringing it back to a 4-on-4. But you might say that'll definitely favour the terrorists, because 4-on-4 will always favour the terrorists, and Delpan especially dying. That's not somebody you want to die. They do have a member in the apps being a nuisance. That's going to slow down the onslaught just slightly, and Shooting's going to take down Moddy. Are they going to stop the bomb being planted? No, they're not. So now the bomb is ticking away here for the CT side. 4 plays 3, and a good kill from Rogue coming on the flank. Kabomb drops. Now 2 versus 3. Twist and Pyth left alone. A lot to do from their point. Not great positions, you might say. And Makaleli spotted the guy in short, so that's giving the game away. He's going to be able to take him down. No, he's not. He's going to get a team kill. Milo does have the final kill, but Twist is left alive. Shooting's going to get him, though, so good play from Shooting, keeping his cool. I was thinking there it's going to go topsy-turvy for a second, but they do secure the second round. 2-3, they restore order. The money isn't great because they keep losing so many members. And, well, the T side are aware of this, and I think they're going to force it up to try and force the eco, which is smart play, but 2-3.
Yeah, that is a pretty solid idea here for both sides, but I'm just curious if the CTs are going to be able to keep this locked down, or if something is going to buckle. Because as you say, with both of them being mixed teams, these slow, kind of picky, tentative rounds, as you called it before, are going to be a pretty common thing, I'd have to feel. But I'm curious as to when the T's are going to go all-out aggression and try and rush a bomb site. There's a couple of kills. Delpan and Emilio both chiming in, one apiece. That was a player on A ramp who just rushed on up all by his lonesome and ran to the slaughter. Definitely springs to mind. Berg's going to get himself one back onto road. And that's going to take it into suddenly a 2 versus 3s. A few more frags are exchanged. Pyth will go on and get him second kill onto Emilio. So 2v2 right now. This would be a huge round for the T's to pick up if they manage to clutch this one out. Pyth and Cabon, 10 kills between them. There is Michele though, as he will get himself yet another kill. Shooten is alongside him, gets the last one as well. A 3-3 the scoreline. I thought for a second the T's were going to be able to pull that one back, but nope.
Yeah, misplay. They dropped the bomb and left it in T-spawn, so they couldn't plant A, which is what they probably would have done. It's a slightly weird round. From their point of view, they probably would have liked to have got that, actually. But solid play from Makalele, quite funny, like crouch, sprayed and moved, kind of weird style, but it worked out. And just to clarify, the counter-terrorist team ESG were formerly known as SK, and 4 of their members were actually in a team called SK for quite a while. It's Delpan as the new addition, so you can kind of call them a mixed team, but I was referring to this kind of flip side mix. They're categorically a mixed team, but this CT side have been together a lot longer, and look at that. I'm trying to explain things, and Makalele is going crazy with his AWP. Lovely play, 4-3, just like that.
Yeah, moves on to 10 kills. Another buy-up, though, from the terrorists, who have been a bit under the cosh recently, so maybe going to try and stabilise the ship a tiny bit. Do have themselves an AWP on Twist, who was pulling off some crazy frags in the previous game against Overgaming on Cash, of course. But Makalele and Delpan certainly picking things up from where they left off previously. Emilio, though, is not going to go down without a fight, just tapping us on the shoulders and saying, hold on a second, I'm also relevant, I'm also able to make the big plays. Couple of grenades coming through. Does land on top of Cavum, tags him up heavily. He's now peeking into the window room, actually got boosted up there. Delpan had a quick glance, didn't catch anything, and now he's actually pushing on towards A. So, can Cabon play his cards right here? Can he make something happen? He's in a good position to do so. Twist and Pyth started to move their way around to B. Double players on short, which will be Shooten and Rogue as well. So they will be pulling themselves back. 3 on B with 2 situated on A. Cabum's finally started to push out window. He doesn't get anything, and Delpan headshots him down. So I thought that could be the key play there for the T side. But certainly not the case just yet. 38 seconds remaining, and they're kind of locked up around short. They're not sure what to do with the bomb. In fact, they're starting to push right now. There's a nice AWP shot from Twist. Another player to the right-hand side on Van. He's checking into apps, sees the flashbang come over, so he must have half an idea as to where this last CT player there is. But Shooten's actually moved his way into position as well. They get double kill. It's now all on Twist. He's missed the first shot, and he will get punished. And it will be his life. 5-3 now for CTs.
Yeah, they look a lot more organised, don't they? The CTs, ESG. You can kind of tell that Buggit, sorry, they don't really have a direction. They took a long time in middle there. It's kind of a time to confer with your teammates. Where do you think we should go? Where do you feel we should push? And that's the kind of thing that wouldn't happen with a proper team. You'd have a solid in-game leader. Nice shot from Exome there. You'd have a solid direction, kind of. You'd be organised. And it seems to me they don't have that, so they're going to struggle really unless they kind of make up their minds early on and decide where they want to push. They have got a lot of skill in this mixed team, but up against an equally skillful team with organisation is going to be very difficult. But look at this eco round coming out. 2 members very, very low indeed. Actually, it's only 1 member remaining. That's Kaboom. He's going to drop. So a flawless round, just about, from the CTs. 6-3, and the bank is starting to grow. It's actually looking very, very good indeed.
It certainly is. They've been putting a few rounds together on the bounce, and you can see there the economy is pretty huge. You've got 9,000, 8,000 on the rest of the players, so they're able to buy up for the next couple rounds, even if things do go pear-shaped. Bad nade there, actually, bouncing off the wall from the T side of Buggit. That's not ideal for them. They don't really get punished, though. Didn't attack anybody on their own side. But again, they seem kind of caught in team lines right now. Because the CTs have been locking down these rounds, a lot of the confidence has been evaporating from the veins of Buggit, whereas in the first rounds they're very aggressive and seem to know what they wanted. Twist has found himself, that's going to be Emilio in the Palace, but he comes out second best, close range, up against AK. Not the greatest of positions to be in. And so again, this is looking like a dead set round. This will be 7-3. Delpan picks it up, headshot through wall, onto Pyth, gets himself another onto Kabum. And now it's all on Berg and Modi. Remember, Modi did step in for Schneider. Berg's going to pick up the first. Knows Emilio's in Palace, so has a general idea. Gets the second kill as well. That's pretty phenomenal shooting from him. But he's got a player on top of him. That's going to be Emilio. And he's in a 1 versus 3 situation with the bomb down in connector. Terrible situation for him to be in. And unfortunately, he's unable to clutch it out. So 7-3 will be the scoreline.
Made it look good though, didn't he? Nice flick shot. That was really cool. Yeah, 7-3. Looking very, very good for ESG, actually. At this point, you've got to feel that the terrorist side really need to get some rounds, otherwise it's going to run away from them. We're reaching that. It's actually 2/3 into the half now, and of course they've got more than double the scoreline of the terrorists. And as I've said, it's a very even score. Map. So you'd expect an even score. And Twist opening up. Look at that through the wood there. Headshot onto the AWP Delpan. It has been so good. And he gets himself a second. Twist has decided to take it onto his own shoulders and just win the round outright with some gorgeous AK work. Emilio is from behind. He's going to take down Twist, actually. Brings that back to a 2-on-3. If he takes down Pipe, it's going to be dangerous. Yes, he does. Now it's a 2-on-2. Your heart's got to go out to Twist here. He's doing all the work and he's seeing his teammates just drop like flies. But Kabom and Berg are now in a 2-on-1. Roke is the man with it left to do, and do it he won't. 7-4. They do pick up a round. And it was needed. And let's have a look at the money. It's not great. They're going to be able to reimburse the guns that they lost, and they need to pick up this round to develop a little bit of a bank. And the money is actually sliding on the CT sides a little bit, so we could see this game change direction pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like 3-0 to 3-7, wasn't it, at one stage, this matchup? So it's been ebbing and flowing back and forth. That's first kill for Modi. It's going to do wonders for their confidence, but they need to convert this. They need to make the most out of it. Emilio is caught between multiple rocks in a hard place there. 4 players were just isolating him out, surrounding him, and the flank pays out well. Kill comes back, though, from CTs before Shooten falls down to Berg. So, again, T's have the advantage. It's going to be Rogu and Makalele left. Both coming from separate directions. Makalele with the AWP is going to make short work of Modi before falling down. Now it's all on Roku. He's picked up the first one onto Pyth. Will back away as he tries to reload it up. The bomb was actually dropped way back at T-spawn, so Berg's going to go back and find that one finally. And in the meanwhile, it's all on Kabum on Tetris to try and make something happen. Now he's been joined. 40 seconds to go, and you can see by Roku's positioning, he thinks this is a B rotate. Unbeknownst to him, it's absolutely not. So he second guesses himself, goes back to A, which is the correct idea. Flashbang comes out, he knows that one. He's seen Berg, he does tag him up a tiny bit, but doesn't find the kill. Tagging up both players or thereabouts, goes back in for seconds, doesn't get it again. The bomb's down, he's only got 14 bullets remaining on his Silent Stem 4. So then he has to make every single bullet count. You can certainly do this one. We've seen him do crazier things in the past. 74 HP remaining, but too difficult to lock himself down from 2 different angles, and he will fall. So 7-5 now the scoreline.
Great round from the terrorists. They did what they've been doing in pretty much every single round, and that's kind of like push A from mid as well. But they did it in such a manner that overran the CTs with the pace. They did it so quickly that the CTs weren't really wise to it, and the connector wasn't covered properly. They were able to split A really well. And here we go again. Twist taking down Delpan. I think the momentum's definitely shifted, man. Things are looking very good here for the mixed team of Buggit. 7-5 is a pretty even scoreline, and Modi is going to secure a 2-man advantage. I was going to say round, but it's definitely man. 2 men advantage, so 5 remaining still for Buggit. And they're going to hit this A site yet again, having a lot of success here. Good kill from Makalele, actually. A bit of a dodgy position, I think, but it's good for an angle onto Apps, and he makes full use of it. But Kaboom takes him down, forwards and backwards, but in such a way that it's favouring Buggit, because it's 4 versus 2. Once again, the CTs have their backs against the walls, but the bomb's down, and time is ticking against them, and Berg is going to secure the fate of the round, surely. Roku last man alive yet again. 40 bullets this time. A couple more than he did have last time, but I think he's probably just going to go for the save. He is indeed. So it's going to be 6-7, and all of a sudden we've got a very close game. It's getting exciting, eh?
It certainly is, and you can see the tactics here from Buggit have changed and they've evolved as this game's gone on. First off, they were focusing a lot through mid on B, and then realising as a couple kills go down there, Roku does find a kill before falling. And now they've realised that A is the weaker site, so they're definitely trying to stamp their authority on that site more, and certainly focus it a hell of a lot more rather than mid and B. And this is kind of forcing now potentially more players, more people to get themselves closer to A to try and lock this one down. You can see Emilio actually is going to be rushing through mid, trying to drop down. He does get into underpass, so that's going to be a good place for him to try and make a nuisance of himself, also get all the information. Kabum picks up the first kill with a grenade there on Delpan. That's a pretty significant kill as well. And again, they're holding back. So they're changing it up again. They're trying to get the CETs on their eco. In fact, it's a full deco here. 4 deagles on their side. This is something I guess we're going to see a lot more now that Deagle was changed slightly with its accuracy. There's a much more viable pistol now in CSGO. But they're trying to keep them guessing. They're not playing their cards, not showing their hand just yet. And because they have that play advantage as well, they're trying to outmaneuver the CTs and trying to get as free a round as possible, because this is an eco, this is a deco round, but still, those deagles, Jono, they can do crazy, crazy things. Speaking of which, Shooten has found himself Pyth in B apps, but is unable to convert that kill. And that's, I feel he probably should have killed him there. He had the total drop on him with a deagle.
Yeah, he's on 18 HP, it's pretty annoying for the CT player, absolutely. And they've actually decided to go over to this B apps. They've kind of double faked it, like pretending they've run back, and then actually no, we're actually going to hit you full force, and here comes the full force, the 4 members. Shooting opens up, nice kill onto Berg. Pyth does get one, so the non-kill coming back to bite Roku, and there's another kill from Shooting. 3 plays 2 now. Twist has got an AWP in hand. Certainly been very good with it this half so far. Emilio and Makalele left alive. You've said it. Deags are very powerful. Are they actually going to go for it? I think Emilio's going to go around short. I like this decision. He's been spotted out there. That's going to slow things down somewhat. Modi, in fact, kills him. And in the end, quite a simple round for the terrorist side. So they do convert it. I tell you what, mate. The word deco is so nostalgic. I haven't heard that word in so long.
I know,
it reminds
right?
me of Source. Big time.
I know. Yeah, same. I haven't heard it in ages as well, because, I mean, let's be real. The deagle for a long time was viewed as kind of trash in CSGO.
Yeah, it was crap, yeah.
And it has been changed recently. Accuracy has been improved, so a lot more players are rocking that one out right now, and I kind of like that. I like that Valve are keeping themselves close with the game, and they are going to switch things up now and again. They also nerfed the CZ a tiny bit at range, I believe it was, which a lot of people were complaining about. But regardless, we are 7-7 on Mirage. This is the last round of the half. A lot is going to ride on this one. Full weapons on both sides, so no team has the out-and-out advantage. Berg has been heavily tagged, though, so that is going to be a slight mishap for the T side of Buggit. As you can see, Makalele just hiding around, and he gets completely obliterated from Modi from Palace. That was an instant headshot, had no time to react. Emilio is going to finalise that kill onto Pytho, and there's Delpan as well from the AWP, bringing out from back box's CT side. He falls down, though, from Twist before he finds himself dead from Emilio. This is backwards and forwards. However, Modi is all that remains. He's got 6 HP remaining. He's got Shooten, Emilio, and Roku to find and kill, and 40 seconds to do it. However, he does have the bomb, but there is Roku on the rotate, 8-7, and it will be ESG going into half-time, the round advantage.
Fantastic half in the end. It's like a half of 2 halves, wasn't it? ESG took the first run of rounds, and they were off to a cracking start, and then I said at one point it could switch, and it absolutely did, and it's 8-7. So, of course, they're going to swap sides now. ESG now on the terrorist side, Buggit rocking the USPs on the CT side. And a quick rundown on the scoreboard. We've got Berg and Twist stepped up pretty well. Modi Pyth and Kabom are very evenly spread out with the scores, and on the other side it's a very even story as well. So it's nice to see that everybody playing pretty well. Oh my god, nice shot from Twist, gorgeous work there onto Makalele. He got absolutely sat down. Great start there from the CT side. They have a 1-round deficit, but that's absolutely nothing in terms of how even this map is. Doesn't really count for anything, and technically they are on the easier side, but let's see if they'll be able to make use of that. 4 plays 5, and now the 4 are going to be just rushing into B via Axe. Roku is going to take down Pyth without him getting anybody, so that's going to bring it straight back to a 4 versus 4. Kabom is rotating round. There's quite a few members on site already. Emilio's in a great place to do damage here. Does that, gets 2. Lovely play from him. Modi is at bench. He's going to be the man to watch. Roku sits him down, and just like that, we thought it was going well for the CTs. The terrorist team ESG slap it right in my face and say, no, we're going to win outright. They don't lose one more member, and they take the round in fine fashion. 9-7. Now they're going to be bought, of course. Buggit will be brandishing the pistols.
Yeah, interestingly enough, though, this is very similar to how the first half started off with terrorists picking up pistol round. They got the next 2. They were 3-0, looking pretty, and then suddenly the CTs bounced back with a vengeance with 7 rounds on the bounce. So even though they have picked up the pistol round, even though they should convert the next 2, it's still far from over, still early days. First kill goes down will be Twist. PP Bison pretty much all up in the grill there on the underpass. And Makalele is trying to reattain his top score position that Emilio has stole from under his grasp. Roku is going to be going at it, does get the kill with Modi, who maybe for a few seconds thought he had that kill in the bag. Roku down to 29 HP. But with these 2-player advantage, they're now able to just waltz on towards B. Nobody is there. It's completely open. Pyth, Kabum, and also Burger just kind of chilling out. I realised it sounded like I said burger there, but I said burger.
Making me hungry.
Good old Burger. He has just been taken down. Roku will chomp through him. And that's going to be the bomb plant as well. So this should be the 10-7 scoreline. Let's see if there can be any damage put down from Pyth. He's got 1, but will be shot in the backside from Delpan. There we go, 10-7. Just lost 1 player.
Yeah, that was kind of to plan, wasn't it? Everything came off for them. Simple round in the end, 10-7. The round's deficit has grown to 3 now. So we would expect another eco absolutely coming out from the CT side. And their money isn't great, and they've bought a few pistols but no names. They realise they do need to save up. Of course, I've said it before, I'll say it again. CT side is a lot more expensive for those of you that are unsure about that. So they do actually need more money on CT to buy per gun, per round. So it's important they do save up the dollars. And actually an aggressive middle play there from the CTs that I completely ignored for a moment there. Didn't really do anything other than tell them that there's nobody mid, and meanwhile they've made their way into A site, the terrorists, and here we go. They've got the bomb down already without any exchanges going off. Somehow Emilio managed to escape the fire of Twist, but Twist comes in with a lovely headshot actually. So that's 1 to the good. Can they get another one? Yes they can. This is an eco round, bear in mind folks, so 2 rounds is pretty damn good, but Delpan is going to make sure that that's it. That's absolutely it, with 2 great AK kills and Makalele charming in with the good old Bison PP. And 11-7, now's the time to step it up. This is the round that matters. This is the first buy round of the second half. And if they don't win it, the scoreline will probably read 13-7. So this is important now.
Yeah, that's definitely a fair statement to make, that you lose this, especially with an AWP buy-up as well, you're in dire straits for economy going into the next round. Unless you pick up 4 or so kills, it's still not looking too good for you. So let's have a look how you're going to make this one work. Roku does have the bomb, and he's playing the most aggressive, just peeking in, being apps, no one's there, smoke comes down, here comes a grenade, just catches the side of shooting, takes 16 HP off him. Twist has also been tagged up below half health, 48 remaining on him. There's the first kill of Makalele. So this isn't looking too good. 2 quick kills come back. El Modi gets another one, gets his 3rd. Huge plays. He subs in for Schneider, but he will be taken out from Roku. 1v2. He's got the bomb, and he's going to be able to plant this one down after smoking. Both players coming from kitchen. So it's going to be concentrated fire from Berg and Kabom. The question now is, can Roku repel this invade? Can he get himself some kills? No is the resounding answer, as Berg will pick that one up. So they do get the round. They do lose 3 players for their troubles, but this is going to be an easy rebuy for the terrorists.
Yeah, Modi, the standing up and making his presence. No, what a brilliant round from him. 3 great M4 kills, using the pillar like blissfully, just moving around it, dancing around it. It was like a ballet or something. And yeah, 11-8 is the scoreline, so a much needed round was picked up. So good stuff from the CTs, and I'd expect it to go all the way, I really would. And of course that's the first step towards bringing this to a very even scoreline. And ESG on the terrorist side, I've been able to buy again, to buy up even. So they've got guns, and Delpan has got the AWP, which is something to watch out for. He's been certainly very impressive all night. But Twist with the quick scope onto Delpan. Wow, that's a great kill, especially taking down the man I was just singing the praises of. Twist, I should also praise. He's been seriously good also. So a great opening kill, 4 plays 5, and once again mirroring what was done to them. ESG on the terrorist side are taking it very slowly, biding their time and feeling the CTs out. And if you remember, this didn't really work out for the other terrorist side, and then they decided to speed things up, and that's when it started working. So we've pretty much got a mirror image of the first half so far. But here comes the A play. Shooton's going to get the point, and he's going to take down Kabom. Twist is going to answer up. That's his second of the round. Really playing seriously well here. Berg, Pyth and Co are still defending the site pretty well. 3 members left alive on the terrorist side. It's their job to get in the site. The time is definitely against them though. And Twist is just going to town, picking them off like one by one. Rogue answers back though, finding a kill going the way of the terrorists. A Mozzie, quite questionable move there, jumping out the smoke, and suddenly it's all down to Twist. That was a serious misplay from Moddy. I don't know what he was thinking. He just jumped out of the smoke there, gave away his life. Now Twist in a 1 versus 2, already done all the work for his team. He needs to step up now in a 1 versus 2 clutch, and he's going to push in, and he's going to be silenced by Emilio. Emilio gets 3, changes it all around, 12-8. What do you think about that, Mez?
I think that was incredibly poor from CTs. Buggit kind of dropped the ball there. 2 of them rushed out of jungle / connector, and Emilio just smashed them both. I agree. Jumping through the smoke, I mean, that's a kamikaze kind of approach there, and he got punished. But again, on the flip side, playing devil's advocate, Emilio did everything right there. Makalele, peeking from the A ramp, does get rewarded with a kill onto Moddy. And this is an eco round as well from the CT, so this should be a breeze for Tees. It should be a pretty comfortable round for ESG. Although they do have a CZ in the mix from Pyth, and as you said, he's renowned for his incredible pistol work, so who knows, maybe he's going to pull the rabbit out of the hat here for the Swedes. Buggit are looking at a 13-8 deficit, and this is looking pretty good, I gotta say, from the Tees. That was a round they probably shouldn't have won last time around, so it's going to sting in a couple of different ways, but here we go, 2-player advantage as well for ESG, flashing out the connector. Couple players are situated in there. It's going to be Berg, and Kabum's now pulling back to jungle, so this is a precarious position at best. Emilio caught completely with his pants down, and that's going to be 2 quick pistol kills. Now Delpan rushes in with a CZ. He gets 2 pistol kills of his own, and now Pipe is all that remains. He does have a CZ. The bomb is going to be planted and smoke as well. I do not fancy his chances here, Jono. He's going to be opting to go through jungle. And he's got 3 hungry players to find and frag, plus the defuse. He doesn't even have a kit. So everything working against him. This should be 13-8.
Of course, yeah. But let's focus on the positive as well. Great eco round. 2 kills, 2 guns gone down. The terrorists kind of walked into a trap there at mid. They set a trap and it worked perfectly. They kind of hid 2 members in there and they managed to get 2. So that was well played in itself. But it's getting to that point where, you know, if we focus on the small things so much, it just doesn't matter anymore, because 13 rounds is it's a big number. There's only 3 more to get, and they've won the first map. Remember, we're going to go on to Dust 2 for a second map, and then possibly the Cobblestone, which is interesting. Okay, so 13-8. This again, you would say is a must-win round for the CTs. They've got the guns. They've got the setups, they just need to find the frags and defend well. They've got 3 members jumping into window. Delpan takes down Twist, and I like this aggressive play, but Delpan certainly doesn't, or maybe he does, because he's going to town.
Jesus.
Gets 3 AWP kills. Berg, the last man there, dropping. Pyth answers back, nearly getting killed from short. Can they salvage anything out of this round? Delpan's just destroying them. I don't want to swear, but on that occasion, you know, you might want to say that he just shat all over them, because Kabom is the last man remaining. 1 versus 4. Delpan take a bow. 13. Sorry, it's going to be 14. 14 to 8, and you know what that means. 2 more rounds to find, and they're going to be up against, well, probably a half-heartedly equipped CT side. So expect 15 to 8, quite frankly.
I think it's fair to say that he wiped his backside with Buggit there. Like he just went beast mode. And you know the phrase "desperate times call for desperate measures." I agree with that statement, but sending 3 out of window against Delpan, really? The guy is going to tear you to shreds, and that's exactly what happened. So 14-8 now, and I think that honestly the CTs are out of place. They're not sure what to do, and they're on another eco.
Yeah, it looks that way. They're probably rubbing their heads, scratching their heads at this point. The fact of the matter is, it's not really down to tactical genius or what move did or didn't we make. It's just Delpan and Makalele as well getting those picks, and the whole team just stepping up. Berg is in a decent position. He's going to get killed though, so maybe it wasn't so good. And this is an eco round as called. Look at that, just so easy for them. They're just stamping anywhere they want, taking every inch of space that they desire, and Pyth is the last man remaining. At this point, I think Buggit are just turning their minds to DE Dust 2, which is the second map.
Yeah, definitely agreed with that. Unless they pull out one hell of a 7-round spree here to bring it back to overtime, it's going to be Dust 2, let's be real. As good as Buggit are, and as well as they've performed today already, in their previous matchup, ESG have just seen on a different level on T side, and the fact that the map has changed to Dust 2 kind of tells me they won that round as well. So,
no comeback.
Yeah, there's not much you can say. Apologies for that, guys. Obviously, wanting to rip through. It is getting quite late, especially these guys, if they're in Sweden, they're an hour ahead of us, so you're looking at 10 or 11 p.m. coming up shortly. So, first map did go to ESG, second map Dust 2.
Yeah, glimmers of ability and promise there from the mixed team. They kind of got a foot in the door at one point, doing very, very well. I kind of thought, yeah, it's going to go down to the wire, but ESG, where it matters, where you need to be tactically adept, is the terrorist side, and them being more of a team will be more prepared to use the tactics and have the decision making and the direction. And of course, you know, they won it out on terrorist side, so well played to them. Dust 2 is a map that will favour mixed teams more often than, not more often, but it will favour more a mixed team compared to, you know, Inferno or Mirage or a map like that. So expect to see, hopefully, a more even scoreline. Perhaps Buggit could